Welcome to the Okanagan Sun Coaches Show. Ryan Waters and new head coach Ben Macauley. 5 months in the making now. The game is finally on Saturday against the Valley Huskers. Has this been a whirlwind for you?
Yeah, completely. When we sat down and started planning, we had a lot of time and just things one after another started happening. So, out of town almost every weekend recruiting and, hosting camps and clinics and things like that for local players and coaches. By the time that's all said and done, here we are and we're ready for our first game almost.
Yeah. Did you expect it to have such a busy schedule?
I did, but I didn't expect the administrative stuff to be as much. And that's something that you can't really prepare for until it's there. Coaching high school has a certain administrative tasks as well, but it's just multiplied by 5 times.
Let's look at this team. Offense. How's it look?
Looks good. We've got a lot of new faces. And that makes it a little bit challenging to gel. Defense is typically rolling faster than offense, and makes it hard to get things going in practice. You get beat up a little bit, but as guys start to understand their job and play at a high tempo, things start to come together. Yesterday by the end of practice, we were starting to look like we could run some plays in a game. So, now it's ironing out the depth chart, making sure the guys who should be getting more reps are getting more reps, and getting our timing down, things like that. So it's all coming together.
How much or how long does it take a receiver to feel comfortable with a new quarterback? Because you have a couple of new quarterbacks in camp.
Yeah, it could take a while. Some guys just naturally do it, and some quarterbacks actually, adjust to receivers better than the other way around. You get guys who are really bright and high football IQ in the quarterbacks, and so they kind of learn the personalities and the differences between the receivers almost quicker than the other way around. So, I think that's a bit of the case. Now, the challenge is we've got 2 starting quarterbacks coming this week, and so guys kind of have to feel out both. But the accuracy's been really good. The balls have been well placed, and now it's just a matter of fine tuning that.
Other side of the ball, the defense, and a lot of returning guys, especially up front. Secondary, maybe not as many guys coming back, but I feel this team would be strong on defense.
Yeah, if you look across our defensive line, I think, with Jonas Gehring back and Lucas Machado and the addition of Quinn Horton along with Elias Rodriguez and Connor Novak, James Harney from Bishops, Kent Lawrence, it just goes on, and Ruben Marin, like these guys, they're CIS caliber and some CFL caliber players on the roster. So I feel like we're going to have the strongest D-line in the country. So, if they could give 4 All-Canadians across the board, we'd get them. So, it starts up front, which allows us to do a lot more with our skill positions in the back. Still got to work on depth. A lot of guys left to graduation, Keegan Hughes and Van Nistelrooy. Those guys are really tough to replace, and Matt McConnell. But we've got some young guys who are stepping up and showing that they've got skill to be long-time contributors for the team.
Special teams?
Special teams are, work in progress. It's one of those things that, we've got so many different guys and learning what their strengths are. So we're keeping the scheme simple and allowing them to just be athletes and go make a play, go make tackles, go make blocks, and ultimately take care of the football.
Week 1, I would imagine the preparation for an opponent is a little bit different because you haven't seen them this year, obviously, because it's the first game of the season. Do you feel it's different in Week 1 than compared to Week 7?
Absolutely. It's especially this first game. Chilliwack's got a new head coach, new defensive coordinator, and guys who have been coaching in the American game for a long time. So we have some idea of what they might run, but really we could be totally surprised. And it's going to be all about halftime adjustments and quarter time adjustments for us this week, and just also just sticking to our rules and being reactive on defense and making mistakes at 100% and being more physical than them. So those things all factor in when you're playing an unknown.
Well, we'll see you Saturday.
Yes, you bet.
Ben Macauley, head coach of the Okanagan Sun. They'll open the 2016 season on the road in Chilliwack against the Valley Huskers.